I was listening with the whole of me, and the only thing I could pick from that particular statement is, wow. I now remember the guy in the Bible that was blind, and people were asking Jesus, is it the mother of this child that have sinned? Or is the father of this child that has sinned, that made this child to be born blind? And Jesus said, no, none of them sin. It's just for the work of God to be glorified. I'm not like God. Is it that some of us in this life, you will use us for your work to be glorified? And the sad part of this thing is people around you that does not serve God as much as you think you do, because we are only trying, they have a better life. My daughter once asked me about this thing one day. She said, Mommy, with the way we serve God, with the way we pray, with the way we are trying to live right, look at so person. She mentioned the name of that person. That person is always saying, hey, remind me, whenever we're going to church, please call me. Sometimes I go to the house to pick the kids up to church. My daughter said, Mommy, look at this person. They have this. They don't even pray for it. Sometimes they even forget to come to church. But they have everything that we are praying for. I don't know where the wisdom came from, Daddy. I just said, you see, God cannot be mocked. What God says He will do, He will do. And for everybody, there is a time. There is timing. Maybe it's not yet our time. We will get it. Me that told a child that kind of thing went back and started crying and blaming God. That's God. Why did you even give me this thing where you know you will not perfect it?
She has sowed the seed, they told you.
I tell you. So now that I had it in mind that when I come to life next time, after yesterday, I said, after what God did on this life yesterday, I must not be coming to this place to be a what do they call them, spectator. I want to be a partaker. At least God should speak to me too. God should do something. I was expecting that Shaq would just say, surely go and do this. God said this. But look at the way God spoke to him. And he's saying it. And one way or the other, I could pick it that God, I was doing this. I was doing it unconsciously, always saying, well, if you have chosen there's some set of people that you want to answer. There are some set of people you don't want to answer. Okay, go ahead, though. You are God. I cannot fight you. There's no way I can take you to. You are God. You are omnipotent. You are the most powerful.
Man, you see, when we talk back, when we ask like what you just said, man, sometimes it's maybe when it's too long, when you stay for too long and you are expecting, maybe years has passed, you are still in that kind of place. You try to
What do you mean by too long, please?
Too long, maybe years. There are something you feel this thing has to be done. I know I'm not God, but you are just you are praying for a particular thing for years. Let's say a decade, safe. Let me just put it that way. You sit on that same place, asking God, why is this still here? Why is it not moving? Why is everything just?
Make I tell you something. Make I tell you something. Joy, babe. Nothing is too long for God. Even for human being. Now impatience and they worry me and you. Now, most things what would they pray for, they're not doing the will of God. They're not doing. I said something. I said one of the hardest prayer to ever pray is, God, let your will be done. Even before Jesus Christ praying, better sweat, blood, sweat. When the guy sweats, now blood not come outside for your head. How many of us don't sweat blood before? I said the hardest prayer to pray in life is, Lord, let your will be done, because the will of God is not the will of man. Listen though. Now let me use I'm a young boy. Let me use youth as an example. Now, Every youth, what they want now money to survive this hard country. Blessed hard country. Na money na everybody need now. An average man prayer na be money. Earth, good earth. If you get those two, you don't balance, and long life. Now, an average man, they pray for, Lord, bless me financially. Or Lord, I want to marry, settle me. You won't rush, you won't marry, you they pray. And God already say and say, with the way you are going, so they go stab you for the marriage when you won't enter, you go die. He not respond. Or the money where you define. So the reason why God never bring them, he knows say because in every realm you enter, you must be matured to understand the realm before you enter the realm. In every request you request, you must be matured to balance that request. This is God. You must be matured enough. You must understand the principles, the laws, because whether you like it or not, ignorance is not an excuse. For normal life, not be excuse not to come talk of spiritual life. Ignorance is never an excuse. Now only Jesus Christ, now they forgive. When you are dealing with God, you deal with somebody who is strict. You need to really understand them. Now make most persons, just because God don't want me you get that money now, because he knows say if you get them, there is short death when they're ahead of you. But no, impatient, you see a lot of guys. I'm using youth for example. They don't go do different type of ritual just to forward the will of God. Because you can never know the will of God. Just to forward them. Money go come, they go get accident. Just like that, die like a chicken. Some drugs. Why? Was it the will of God for you to die? No. It was not even the will of God for you to get that money at that particular point in time. Sometimes the reason wetin make God not answer you. Now sometimes not be say God never even answer. But now we don't know what to do. Okay, let's say this. Let's say this now. Generally speaking, please, if this word will offend you, I am very, very sorry. And again, I don't care also. Now let's say this to ourselves. Truly, this person, I'm praying, for example, for marital settlement for years, and I'm not getting any results. I'm praying for financial settlement for years, and I'm not getting a result. I'm praying for healing for years, and I'm not getting a result. You are praying for a job for years, and you are not getting a result. Good and fine. Instead, when you come to ask God, say, you sure say you dey exist so? Why you not answer? Wetin make you no one give me this thing? You won't collect, you won't collect. You know whether that thing go favor you? At some point in our life, we dey always dey pray greedy prayers. Prayer when you only please the flesh, not even the spirit. And if you want make God answer you, you need to talk to God in spirit, which makes spiritual the number one importance of life. Because God not be man. So our request most times now for our own selfish interest. You don't ask and say, okay, wetin make you no wan give me, make you see a total new revelation. Sometimes there are some spirits you fight. There are some forces you call them by their name. How many you don't call by their name? What have you done to warrant this? Though some persons they get them for free, but do you know the covenant of that person? My covenant and your covenant is not the same. We are age mates, but we are not grace mates. So If you say may you look inside the Bible, people walk with questions, deep questions, but no, you understand? There's a friend of mine. There's a friend of mine that guy. One time I think he was trying to get an admission in one what they call it, this one of this Nigeria force. He tried more than 9 times. It no work for her. He bought his way into the military. I'm telling you, say, it never last 2 months. Then I sat down one day, I was thinking, so does it mean that because this 9 times, so they tell us that you just rest. You just rest for where? Was it the will of God for you to die young? No. But you fast forward your death. You fast forward your heart attack by yourself. Okay, God, this man don't come up for my life. Which man you want, or what is the next? Most times we run to God after our problem. We run to God after we don't try human knowledge, after we don't try with our human strength. Now we take the run to God. Wetin make you not fair run to am before you start that thing when you dey do? Wetin make you? So when we don't do what we don't do with our power, we don't try with our power, we don't do, we not fit. Now that time we can't go dey ask God, say, oh yeah, God, what are you saying concerning this? You allow your flesh use you, now you dey hurt, you dey complain. In there, before you make the decision, ask if this thing is not working. Find out why that thing is not working. Not that I want this. Wetin you want you. That is the question. Some persons use love charm to hold man, make man marry them. I can tell you for a fact, most of them, they are dead today. Some persons use charm take open shop till they get customer. Most of them, they are dead today. Wetin kill them? Arm robber not be customer. No, arm robber not be customer. So in every request, there is a price to pay. A life was given, a life was taken. They collect Jesus' life now just to save the world. So you can't think say you go request, you not go give. Sometimes the only thing you are giving is your time. Now make I tell person say, many of us who call ourselves Christian, we don't ask, we dey pray the wrong prayer. We don't pray wrong prayer, tire, now make God know the answer us. But out of mercy, now God still the answer me and you. We dey pray the wrong prayer very well. Change your prayer points today by changing your prayer spots. Ask the right questions. Which is better? Let me know, please, guys. Which is better? Oh Lord, I need water. I want to drink water. I want to drink water. Oh Lord, I need water. You don't pray. You don't know where water there. You are just waiting that somebody will bring water for you. A very good spiritual practice, faith. That is one of your dimension. When you don't pray that prayer, so you don't talk with your mouth, that is spoken word, faith, you don't talk. And, oh Lord, show me the location of water. I won't know where water dey, make I go drink. Which is more better? You when you dey hear me so, I won't know. Which is more better? The second prayer be, na me and you problem, na be that. You want make God give you, make God push and come give you. You're not ready to come out for house. You want make God come give you for where you dey. Sometimes now you go waka go meet your destiny helper. Sometimes now your destiny helper go waka come meet you, but you know your destiny helper